Welcome back, guys, to another debate episode. A Muslim just got stoned and silenced over the Quran stand on adultery. Let's find out what actually happened in this video.
In 424 of the Quran, Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 24, it says, unlawful for Muslims are married women except those whom your right hands possess. So I can go to the Hadith, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Abu Dawud, but I think you know that this is referring to when the Muslims are in war and they attack a place and they take people captive. And they find beautiful women that they've taken captive who are married. The Quran says those women, though they're married, because they are captives, they're lawful for you to have sex with, you can sell them. Are you okay with that?
So now you're talking about malakat al-yamin.
Yep.
And maghanim, which are like spoils, I guess.
Yes. So you okay with that?
We're talking about there's a battle, and when you've won the battle, there are simply no. So who engages in battle at the end of the day? It's men, right? It's not children or elderly or women who were out there on their horses or camels and swords fighting. It was men. So when and you, as you know, battling and wars and all this was the law of the land in the ancient Middle East, and you know this even in the pre-Islamic days. So if somebody wins a battle and there's no more men or a shortage of men and there's all these women, it's even in the Bible they used to, they will go and they will marry the women and they will take them and they will.
We're not talking about marriage women.
And so this is a common practice, which goes back to
Jihad. That wasn't what I said. We're not talking about taking women and marrying them who are not married. The Quran says that these women are still married. You can still have sex with them. The husbands are not dead; they're alive, and you don't have to marry them. You can have sex with them.
Okay, so it doesn't say, they're still alive. Don't go.
Did you read 424, brother? In humanity, let me repeat what it says: unlawful are married women except those whom your right hands possess. If they're not still married, you don't make an exception. And then the Hadith says their husbands were still alive.
Let me look at this on the computer.
Go ahead. And the Hadith says their husbands were still alive. Sunan Abu Dawud. I'll give you the Hadith. You can read it.
So the right hand possessions are essentially when you have won a war, you have you have certain rights.
So you have rights to sleep with a married woman that you've taken captive?
No, I mean she's not married at that point.
The husband's still alive, the Hadith says. She's there. He's there. It says it. Their husbands were still alive. Sunan Abu Dawud, number 2150. I'll give you the Hadith.
Sunan Abu Dawud.
Abu Dawud. Abu Dawud.
Let me go to.
Let me get it for you. Hold on, I'll get it for you. The husbands didn't go anywhere. There you go. So read it for us. It's right there.
I'll take a look at it. Okay. He's in the battle of Hunayn. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captive. Some of the companions of Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have relations with the female captives because of their pagan husbands.
So why didn't they want to have sex with them?
Because they knew their husbands prior to their death.
Where does it say that? So you added to that, it's stuck for Allah. Then if they're dead, they're not married. Where does it say
they were alive?
They just said it. They didn't want to have sex with them because of their husbands. If the husbands are dead, then there is no husbands for them to worry about. Let me give you another hadith.
This is where it gets more interesting. The guy he was lost of words after finding out the truth, and it is getting more interesting. Let's find out more.
That they're dead, that they're alive?
Yeah, we're reluctant to have intercourse with the female captive.
So, my friend.
Okay.
So first of all, this hadith doesn't support your argument, and it doesn't necessarily support mine either. But it doesn't say that their husbands were alive.
Read the Arabic for me, because I have this translation. There's two translations. It says, we're reluctant to have intercourse with the female captives in the presence of their husbands who are unbelievers. Now, you listen to your logic as you read the Arabic. Listen to what you're saying. If their husbands weren't alive, that means they're not married. There's nothing to worry about, right? Right? Because if the husbands are dead, then there's nothing to worry about. They're not married. They're not married. So why worry about their husbands who are dead and they're no longer married? That means they're not married, they're widows, so you can have them. Hello?
Well, these guys were, I mean, these were the enemies. These were the people who...
So it's okay for a Muslim, if he's in doing jihad and he takes captive women who are married, to have sex with the woman, right? You're okay with that?
At that time, this is what was permitted.
And where has it? Where do you find?
I said, if we go to third, so this is a descriptive. So if we go to the Bible, you will find the same thing.
No,
and
you won't.
You'll
Not
tell
here.
Me, we don't do it now.
No, the Bible doesn't teach this.
It now. This happened at that time.
The jihad. You're not listening. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that the Israelites could take a married woman captive and have sex with her. The Bible actually does something better than the Quran. It says when you find a woman, you marry her and honor her. You can't touch a woman who's married. And if there's a woman captive who's single, you don't have sex with her. It says marry her and treat her as a wife and honor her. Deuteronomy 21, 10 to 14. Now listen to this point as you go there. Surah An-Nisa 424. Can you tell me where this does not apply to Muslims doing jihad today? If a Muslim does jihad and he attacks a place, you're telling me that verse is no longer applicable? So jihad is no longer applicable? Jihad is over with?
Yeah, I mean, well,
really?
It's all. It's not. In this way, it's not prescribed.
So you're saying when the Muslims do jihad, they're going against the Quran because jihad is done with, even though the hadith say you will struggle in the way of Allah till the last day, even against the Jews, that the Jews will be hiding behind a stone and the stone will say, Ya Abdullah. You're honestly saying jihad is done with? That's it?
Well, it's complicated.
It's complicated. So when ICE entered Iraq, took Yazidi women and Christian women and Yahudi women and were raping them. Well, I won't say rape, sleeping with them. They were going against the Quran?
Well, you see, there has to be a state.
What happens when you don't have an Islamic state and when you don't have a Khalif who's following Sharia, and then you have Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi claiming to be the Khalif and fighting the cause of Allah? Are you saying Quranically they're wrong? If so, where? Give me the hadith and the Quran says they're wrong.
Look. I'm not going to sit here and go into all that.
So are you okay then with a Muslim man taking a married woman captive and having, better yet, you're okay with your prophet doing it? Were you okay with your prophet doing it?
It was something that they did back then.
And you're okay with your prophet doing it?
Prescribed.
So you're okay?
Huh?
You're okay with your prophet? He did that. Married women having sex with them and then selling them off. You okay with it?
Look, if there were no more men after the war, then there had to be some men to take care of those women.
You mean the men, their husbands were still alive? They were not there? The husbands that they took captive, that was right there. What do you mean there were no men? The husbands were there. Why not just give them to their husbands?
Because they were imprisoned.
Okay, so you're okay with it?
Right. It's amazing how each time they bring up issues like this, they try to say it was an old practice. The modern time has changed everything. The modern time doesn't change the truth also. For many of them, I think they are too blind to see that a lot of lies is being buried in the verse of this book, that many of them don't want to dig deep to know the truth for themselves. They are being led by people who don't want them to see the truth. And I think for him now to admit that it is allowed to sleep with a married woman you're not married to, which is not sure is an adultery. Well, that is another sections of today's debate. Thank you for watching our videos, and please don't forget to share, to like, and to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.